So this is the Jackery 1000 plus solar power generator. It comes with two 100-watt solar power panels that you can plug in. It will give you up to 4,000 charges and will charge thousands of devices, Starlinks, laptops, computers, coffee makers, refrigerators, power tools. You can use it outdoors, indoors, for whatever you need. We're going to go through an unboxing. I'm going to demonstrate everything for you. As we unbox everything, what I'm going to do is probably fast forward this so you don't have to watch everything in slow motion, or so that you can watch everything and just pull everything out, and then we'll label it. There shouldn't be a lot to this. You're going to have all of your adapters and chargers in here. We'll go through these. You're going to have a manual that will walk through everything on how to use it, the instructions, how to connect all of your different panels and other things like that. First reactions are it's very sleek. You've got a rubber handle here, a single grip, and then this folds down, kind of giving you a perfect square. As far as our measurements, we are 14 inches by 10.5 inches and about 11.5 inches tall on our measurements. All of the information that you're going to need as far as the charger is here on the front. You do have fan ports on both sides here, taking into consideration this does follow FCC rules for all of those things. And then on the back, you have your input, your DC expansion port, where you would also connect to your solar panels. With the expansion port, you can expand to another 5 kilowatts to get more power that way. Going back to the front, again, let me zoom in and show you the ports in detail. In detail, you've got a DC outlet to connect to a car. You've got 3 120 volt AC adapters. You have a power button. You have an LCD screen, which is going to give you all your charging information. You can also connect this to a mobile app. You have a light. You have 4 USBs. You have 2 classic USB-As that are 18 watts. Then you have a USB-C that is 100, 100. And each one of these separate buttons turns on the individual charging panel itself. So we'll walk you through all of that when we get to that point. And again, we showed you in the back, but I'll give you just a close-up look at it. You have your 15A max here for 100 volts for 120 that you're going to plug in. You have DC inputs here. So in your pack, you have your power source here. It does have a grounding wire. So this is to actually charge the battery. Then you also have your DC, which you can charge as well. When you're looking at the solar panel connectivity wire, charging wire, comes in the solar panel. So we'll jump to that in just a second. But it comes in this nice little Jackery pouch. So let's show you how this works and get some stuff connected. When you unpack your solar panel, you'll see that it has 2 magnets. So it's got some hooks that you can hook on, and these 2 handles have a handle right here. And then on the outside, it's got these 2 little flaps that will basically hold it back, almost like a kickstand. And so when we open this up, this is the first time that we're opening it up, right? We can pull these kickstands down, and it tells you, top and bottom. It also has your charging cable here. Remember, you have 2 of these. There's instructions that come here. And your adapter right here, I'll turn this over, just plugs in right here on the top. And then right here, this goes into the DC charging on charger itself. So you can see that we have a little bit of shade here. I'm actually covering some up right here. I'm going to move this over just a little bit and see if we can get a little bit more sunlight on the whole thing. And there's a little tiny target right here that's going to help you kind of aim to get the most sunlight. So there's a black dot and it will leave a shadow. So we're going to reposition this a little bit to get the maximum amount of power that we can. We're almost right in the middle. So again, you've got two of these. They fold up nice, super easy to use with a handle. Let's turn on our actual Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus. So our power button is going to be right here. We're going to turn this on. So getting some deep tails right here. Output 0 watts. We're at 29%. Input, no wattage yet. And each one of these controls a different panel. So we'll show you the app after I kind of get everything plugged in. So I'll just show you with the light. So you have a couple different, it's an LED. So there's a low, a brighter version, and then a kind of SOS blinking version there on the light. And you'll see that when I have the light going, our LCD screen tells us that we have 1 watt of power going out. We have 99 hours left if we're just using this light at the current battery rate. When a little brighter, goes up to 2 watts, and flashing goes back down to 1 watt. Let's get some more things plugged in so you can see what we can power with this thing. Okay, so we've got multiple things plugged in here. We have a blender, we have a drill, and then we have these spotlights that I use in my garage or when I'm working outside at night. And then we also have this USB. So a couple things that I really like that I didn't notice until I got everything hooked up is on the cord. Let me just walk around so I can show you. On the cord between the solar panel and the battery charger is a little charging port right here where you've got a USB-A and a USB-C. And if you can see that little LCD, right, like that, it shows you that it's charging, but you can charge other items just from the solar panel by itself, or when it's connected in the back to the DC input, you can charge these from the 100-watt solar power panel. So again, we're going to turn all of these on, and I'm going to just show you the LCD screen right here and the power that we're getting. So we're going to turn on this bank right here, turn on this one here. You'll see the wattage probably change just a little bit. Now I'm going to turn on this bright light that we have, my spotlight. So it is daytime, but you can see that those are on. You can see the wattage there. And it's going to get loud because I'm going to turn on the blender. So we've got the blender, the light, the drill, and we've got about, you can see right here, 2 hours, an hour and a half, because we've got 151 watts output. If I turn off something else, so if I turn off this panel, it'll go down. So at this point, what I'm going to do is connect to the app and show you how I can control the power, turn on and off different items with the app. And then we'll come back for my final thoughts on the Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus solar power generator. Once you connect your Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus to your Bluetooth, you'll see the device here. And so when I click on my device, it's going to connect through Bluetooth. You can also connect through Wi-Fi. Most of the time you'll be connecting through Bluetooth if you're out and about. And you can see right now that I don't have anything powered on. I'm not connected to anything. And I have everything plugged in that I had before. I'm not going to turn on the blender. I'm not going to turn on the drill. But what I am going to do is turn on the USB right here. And so when I turn on the USB, you'll see that on the actual device, there's some output going. So it's actually charging this small battery that we use for our door ring. I can turn on the AC, and now the lights are going to turn on, and you'll hear that I can basically use the drill that was plugged in before, and the lights are now shining on me. I can also select the DC, which would be something that we could do like an air compressor or a quick battery charger for a car or something like that. I also can change the lights, and so as I'm doing this, the lights are changing that I showed you earlier. And what we also notice is we notice that there's not a lot of input, but you can see how much power. And then the other really, really cool thing is right here is underneath power, you can see how cold it is outside, right? So it tells us the degrees. And then we can change that from, Celsius to Fahrenheit. And so we would just go in and click on the settings. So this is where I would change the name of my device. I can change the charging settings. I can do quiet charging mode, fast charging mode, battery settings. You can see all of the information here with your battery. You can do energy saving mode for 24 hours, 12 hours. You can do auto time off. So if something's not plugged in, you could change this to 2, 8, 12, 24, never. This is where you would also upgrade your firmware. So this device is up to date. If it wasn't, this is where you would do this. You can have device specifications. So if I go in here, it's going to give me a lot of information that's kind of in the user's manual when that comes in. Super user friendly, intuitive. It makes sense. I know what I'm looking at. I have controls from my phone to do any of the things that I need to do on the actual Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus. So some final thoughts on the Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus, right? So I don't have any anxiety that this is going to not be able to charge what I need. It is built to last. It is everything that I need in a solar power battery pack, right? I mean, so it comes with two of these. These are 100 watts. They're foldable. They're portable. They are just super user friendly. It comes with a cable that you just plug in the back. We have 3 ports for AC in the front. We've got 4 USB ports. We also have the additional ports in the actual cable itself. I'm not going to lie, I've done reviews on quite a few of these now. This is by far the best combination of everything in a solar power generator that I have seen yet. Some of my favorite things, right, that we've got is just the build of the device itself. Super solid, super sturdy, single handle. The solar panels are brilliant. They're foldable. They've got magnetics on them. They've got these little hooks here that you could hook them to the side of a camper or in the back of a truck or in an SUV, somewhere like that. The instructions and the install to kind of get everything connected is super easy. It was quicker than me, right, doing it because I was filming it. It comes with everything that you need. There's extra room in this bag that you can take the cables for both of these 100-watt solar panels and do that. And your output is everything. I had heavy duty drill, outside light that's 500 watts on a light, and it wasn't pushing out a lot. It's also going to run all of your small stuff. It's going to charge your phones. It's going to run your computers. It's going to run your coffee maker, your blender, your microwave, your fridge, all of those things. And it'll even do some of the things that you don't think about, like a Starlink or an additional solar panel for something else that you've got plugged into another device. So overall, again, the Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus is bar none the best solar powered battery that I have used, period.